Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. XRP had a nice rally throughout the day and is now getting rejected in our resistance area. And I believe broke below micro support, which is basically what we wanted to see from this area. And I'm going to explain why. If you watch the last videos, you will know that. So there are basically two scenarios I'm tracking here. The first, so basically in both, I assume that an A wave topped in July, 12th of July, 13th, 14th, in that sort of time period, we had a top in wave A. After an A wave, we expect a corrective pullback in a B wave. So what we don't know is if the B wave already bottomed here. We have certainly enough waves to complete it here, and it came down deep enough. Okay, and that was in August. So that is one possibility, that the B wave bottomed here and we are already moving up in a C wave that can take us above the A wave high, so above $1. Yeah, actually a little bit more. But we want to focus what's in front of us, so then we could move up in 5 waves in wave C. After the A wave topped there, B wave bottomed, C wave is moving up. That would be the bullish wave count, and in the white wave count, we would be following a diagonal structure to form the first wave of that C wave. And the subwave structure is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wave 3 has basically done what it needed to do. And we were waiting for the first signal that wave 4 starts, and we might have got it now. Then we should get a wave 5 to the upside in the white wave count. Only as soon as we have 5 waves up, we can look forward to a 3-wave pullback in a wave 2, basically a trade setup for a 3rd wave rally. The 3rd wave is normally what you want to trade in Elliott Wave, because we know that the 3rd wave is typically the strongest trend. So that's one scenario. In the other scenario, the B wave never finished, and we are dealing with a WXY structure. Here is where the resistance is so important, that I gave you already last week, possibly. It was last week. And in this resistance area, we would expect the X wave to get rejected, and that's in the region between 64 cents and 80 cents, with a key level at 70 cents, which is the 61.8 retracement level. So in the short term, it doesn't really make a difference which one we're tracking, because the yellow count, which is the WXY structure, and the white wave count, which is a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they move together to this point, and then they will move away from each other. They can then also come down, but basically the yellow count will continue to fall and the white count will continue to move up. So that's sort of what we're watching for. Now let's take a look at the micro structure, because we had quite an impressive rejection there today. Okay, support didn't really break. We haven't got a sustained break below support, so we still consider the uptrend potentially valid. And you see that here, as I explained to you, they move together. We've got here, we've got either a 3rd wave or the X wave running. And it takes a sustained break below the support level, 66.7 cents, to consider a top in place. I would already start to consider a top in place, but we only have 3 waves down. We broke briefly support, but we did not break and sustain below that level. There is no invalidation here, so I cannot rule out that we get another extension, but it's a pretty impressive reaction to our resistance area. And for me, I will now add support for wave 4. That doesn't mean we have definitely started it, but you should know what support is. So that means that in any wave 4 pullback in a diagonal now, basically it tells us which level now needs to hold to still reasonably expect a 5th wave to the upside. I mentioned it in the previous video, XRP often fails after 3 waves. XRP loves to move in corrective waves, and it often fails to create 5 waves. But we always need a 5-wave move to have an idea of in which direction the trend is actually running. That is why every Elliott Wave analyst is always looking for 5 waves, because then when we know, okay, we have 5 waves to the upside, which would be the white wave count, this diagonal structure, then I know that I'm in an uptrend with a high likelihood, and I can buy pullbacks in the uptrend in a corrective pullback. And they are the lowest risk trades that you can typically get, okay? So this wave 4, so support, first of all, this wave 4 ideally plays out as an ABC structure. It could be that this A wave has started yet. That's not entirely clear. We need to wait for a little bit more price action now, but certainly decent resistance. And I would possibly assume now, as long as we hold below the intraday high, that we are now at least come down into this support area. We'll see how it turns out. But again, we haven't broken micro support. So at the moment, technically, continuation higher is possible, even though that was quite a strong rejection there. So anyway, the support for the wave 4 is between 62 cents and 56, which means that as long as the price is holding the 56 cent level, I would watch for a 5th wave to the upside. And that 5th wave, I mean, you know, first of all, we need to see where the wave 4 bottoms, then I can give you a target for the 5th. And it's important to understand that a break below 56 cents, which is here the break below the support box, will not invalidate a diagonal. That's the problem with diagonals, because they are not impulsive. We have to be a bit more flexible, and you can even get an overlap with wave 1 and stuff like that. So it, you know, if the wave 4 goes a little lower, it would not invalidate the diagonal, but it will make it very, very unlikely, or much less likely, not very unlikely, but much less likely. And it will be a very questionable diagonals. Diagonals are anyway questionable. You cannot really trust them until you see 5 waves up, followed by a 3-wave pullback. So we definitely keep looking. And yeah, I just want to update you with the relevant levels and parameters. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You can find the links in the video description. And if you're interested in the channel membership, every Sunday we have a live stream for members. You get access to Discord and Telegram, the chat rooms, educational content, and as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.